as process of democracy is mocked in Bengal.
More than 30 killed in last 30 days with 16 deaths in only last 24 hours in West Bengal.
"18 lives lost, but Panchayat elections were peaceful," according to the Trinamool Congress that has just made that comment a short while back.
क्या लोकतंत्र की हत्या के खिलाफ यहाँ पर राहुल गांधी जी कुछ बोलेंगे? विपक्षी दल कुछ बोलेंगे? वो लोग बोलेंगे जो कभी अपनी अवार्ड वापसी की बात करते थे, क्या उनको यहाँ पर लोकतंत्र की हत्या होती नहीं दिखती है?
Union Minister Anurag Thakur itself asks, where's the Award Wapsi gang now?
The three-tier Panchayat elections in West Bengal and what we've seen since this morning when elections and the voting began have more or less upheld the regions and the state's enduring tradition of violence. We've seen the violence in the previous elections when Republic Media Network has reported from Bengal. A repeat and perhaps worse than the last Panchayat election, resulting in the loss of 18 lives, a total of over 35 in the last 1 month since the announcement of the elections. Abhishek.
Yeah, of course, Niranjan, and the fact that in many ways this is something which many quarters were expecting, and that's the reason why we saw all those petitions going right up to the Supreme Court upholding the Calcutta High Court's decision, the reprimand of the Bengal government by the Calcutta High Court in not wanting those central forces, and the politicization that we have seen of Panchayat elections. Remember, Panchayat elections do not happen along political lines, along party lines, and yet the kind of violence that has rocked Bengal Panchayat elections over the last 1 month, peaking with what we have seen in the last 24 hours, really needs this debate as to who is really responsible. And that's something which we are going to discuss. Let's look at this package of stories that have come from all across Bengal today, and then we come back to discuss.
"18 people have been killed in a period of 12 hours in West Bengal amidst Panchayat polls. The death toll comes from across party lines and includes innocent voters. Two children, a 4-year-old and 7-year-old, were severely injured while playing with crude bombs in South 24 Parganas.
One 15 to 16 years old girl whose mother was the candidate of Panchayat. That little girl was escorting her mother. That 16 years old was brutally tortured. She was also hit on her head. And now she has been gasping for life also.
সেই সময় ভোট বন্ধ 9 নম্বর বুথ যেখানে তোমাকে দেখি রাধাকান্ত আমি একবার দেখানোর চেষ্টা করব তুমি দেখতে পাচ্ছ ভিতর থেকে তালা লাগানো হয়েছে এই 9 নম্বর বুথ রাধাকান্তপুরের তুমি বাইরে দেখতে পাচ্ছ ভিতরে সেন্ট্রাল ফোর্স রয়েছে প্রিসাইডিং অফিসার রয়েছেন ভোট কর্মীরা রয়েছে ব্যালট বাক্স কিন্তু ভোট বন্ধ
जंगल राज गणतंत्र खत्म हो गया है डेमोक्रेसी खत्म और जनता खतरा में है
This is the killing of democracy because police is doing nothing to stop hooliganism in this polling booths. People, they are complaining of chappa votes against the ruling party workers, Trinamool Congress workers, and also what we are getting shots from different parts of Kuch Bihar and also from Murshidabad and other places that people are pelting stones, they are snatching the ballot boxes, they are setting up fire on those ballots.
What kind of democracy do you want? Your hands are rigged with blood. The blood-stained panchayat was not necessary at all in Bengal. And everything is going on, committing on, in the full knowledge of the state government, including Chief Minister of Bengal.
बीच पश्चिम बंगाल में हो रहे पंचायत चुनाव की तस्वीर आपको दिखा रहे हैं। कुछ देर पहले यहाँ पर बमबाजी हुई है, उसकी बारीकी दिखाते हैं कि क्या उसका असर हुआ है। ये जो आपको ई रिक्शा नजर आ रहा होगा, इसका आगे का शीशा तोड़ दिया गया है। यहाँ पर तोड़फोड़ भी की गई है, वाहनों में तोड़फोड़ की गई है, लोगों के घरों पर बम फेंके गए हैं, लोगों के घरों का नुकसान हुआ है, मोटरसाइकिल में तोड़फोड़ की गई है, ई रिक्शे में तोड़फोड़ की गई है, कांच के टुकड़े आपको नजर आ रहे होंगे।
In Cooch Behar, goons are stealing ballot boxes and sprinting away with them. In Hooghly, ballot boxes were brazenly thrown into water bodies to render any votes void. In Dinhata, ballot boxes were bashed and beaten with logs, and then the ballot papers were set ablaze.
তৃণমূলের বিরুদ্ধে ছাপ্পা দেওয়ার অভিযোগ, তৃণমূলের বিরুদ্ধে ছাপ্পা দেওয়ার অভিযোগ, সাধারণ বিজেপি কর্মী সমর্থকদের উপর আক্রমণের অভিযোগ। ছবিটা দেখ প্রতিবাদে সাধারণ মানুষ এই মুহূর্তে দাঁড়িয়ে কিন্তু উত্তেজিত জনতা তারা কিন্তু ব্যালট ভেঙে এই মুহূর্তে কিন্তু তারা কিন্তু আগুন জ্বালিয়ে দিচ্ছেন।
Those in charge of law and order in Bengal are missing in action as democracy receives a death knell.
Elections must be through ballots, not bullets. If this is happening, then what is the reason? That is something which the entire civil society has to think about.
Trinamool Congress is not belief in ballot, their belief in bullet. Democracy is fully collapsed here, and rule of law is fully collapsed.
The happenings in Bengal are a murder of democracy. Let's debate.
Joining us on the weekend debate this evening, Shishir Bajoria, spokesperson of the BJP, Priyanka Tibrewal, advocate, leans towards the BJP, as a BJP member as well, Barrister Kabir Shankar Bose, lawyer, Supreme Court, Rohan Somin Mitra of the Congress Party, coming here as a political analyst, Tapas Banerjee, State Committee Co-President, ISF also on the debate, Vikram Banerjee, lawyer, political analyst, Riju Datta, spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress, Professor Manojit Mandal, political analyst, leans towards the Trinamool Congress. My first question to the Trinamool Congress. 18 people killed, Riju. 18 people killed in just 12 hours. Just got a statement a few minutes back from the Trinamool Congress AITC official. That's the handle on Twitter. And I just heard one of your ministers there saying, while the opposition tried to sow discord with baseless claims, panchayat elections materialized in peaceful circumstances. Quote unquote, peaceful circumstances. Also adding that out of over 60,000 booths across the state, incidents of violence reported in a minuscule percentage. 18 murders, minuscule percentage, peaceful circumstances. I'm not sure we've seen any such violence in the recent past, even in the general elections, as the entire country votes. How are these peaceful? Riju Datta, first question to you.
Let's go by the stats. Like you quoted, out of 61,000 booths, even if we consider that there has been unfortunate deaths, violence in some pockets of West Bengal, which is 50-60 booths, that is not less than 0.1%. Now, point number one. Point number two, out of the total 32 people that have, who's laughing? Which fellow is laughing at the death of people? The ISF. quite
That's the
clearly.
ISF which is finding it ridiculous. ISF.
Yes, he finds it ridiculous because his Neta Nausad Siddiqui is a dalal of BJP who promised to give books and pens to the people of Bangor, have given bombs and guns.
Stop it! Stop it!
So he will
Who
find
is the belongs to BJP?
This idiot will find it laughable.
For the
18
year
people have lost their
1998 to
lives.
2006. Who's the
Please shut up.
accountant?
Riju, you don't call him an idiot today. Riju, not today. Don't call him an idiot. Not today, not ever. Don't call him an idiot, sir. 18 people have died.
Irrespective. 1 second. I am trying to say this here.
I'm taking
18 people
offense to
have
your
lost their
language, sir.
lives.
You don't have to call someone an idiot because you don't agree with him.
Because why was he laughing? Why was this fellow laughing? 18 people have died out of 18.
Riju bhai, murder is the democracy of West Bengal. And murder is the unlawful activities is the West Bengal. This is the democracy.
I don't understand.
Riju bhai,
18 people.
unlawful activities is the democracy of the West Bengal.
BJP cadres who have lost their lives.
Riju, he's secular,
CPM cadres who have lost their lives. And
He's
people
secular.
have died. And this fellow is laughing. My question is this: the entire opposition went and asked for central forces. 627 companies of central forces came. Where are the central forces? Why are they not being questioned? What Shubhendu Adhikari, if I'm not wrong, Priyanka Tibrewal is here, who's a lawyer by profession. From advocate, I can give you the name also. A High Court advocate on behalf of Shubhendu Adhikari writes a letter to the BSF IG saying that you are in contempt of court because you have not deployed your forces. Is central forces under TMC command? Why were they not deployed? And I can show you the letter.
Sir, let me tell you, you're selectively quoting Riju. Abhishek, he's selectively quoting.
It is your
Riju, you're
topic.
selectively quoting. Priyanka,
Okay,
before you come in,
one
Priyanka,
second.
before you come in, Shishir Bajoria, before you come in, he's selectively quoting. I have a breaking news update. No, 1 minute. Don't jump in. Hear the news and then speak. Get the facts, then speak, okay? Get the facts.
Okay.
BSF has written a letter to the State Election Commission. You're quoting selectively. BSF has said, stating that despite knocking on the SEC doors regarding the sensitive booths, no information was shared by the State Election Commission. Point number 2.
Correct.
If the proper list of sensitive areas would have been provided, then the deployment of central forces would have been easier. Don't selectively quote. Even I have a letter, Abhishek.
The letter is to
one
the
second,
State
Niranjan.
Election
My
Commission. It's
question
not
is
from Shubhendu.
Can I come in? My question
No,
here is...
don't
why
sidetrack what Abhishek is asking, Abhishek.
Okay, Abhishek,
No,
please
Riju,
ask
give
me.
your defense.
Please ask you.
Riju, give your
Yeah, please
defense.
ask
Don't ask
Please ask
Priyanka
your question.
Tibrewal. We'll ask that question
No,
to
no.
her about the Central Armed
No, you ask
Paramilitary
your
Forces.
question,
You give your
I will
defense.
answer.
Whose responsibility is this? Law and order is a state subject. Whose responsibility is what has happened today in Bengal?
Okay, my straightforward answer to you is this. If every news channel is showing on loop that Trinamool is creating this violence, please explain to me how out of 32 people, more than 20 people are my cadres, my brothers who have lost their life. If Trinamool is perpetrating all the violence,
Take
the
back what you
ballot
said about
box-
news
Can I
channels.
finish?
Nobody's saying Trinamool
Can
is
I finish?
responsible, sir.
Can I finish now? Can I finish? And then everybody can jump in.
No, how much will you finish? How much will you finish?
Let me-
You've already
Arre,
finished
Baba,
Bengal.
they will not-
You've already killed
Arre,
people
Baba, you
in
cannot win
Bengal.
Bengal. Did you see
Enjoying
how
and
Nandi
celebrating
Grandpa-
the
how
death.
in
Arre,
Nandi
Riju
Grandpa-
Babu.
I mean, Shubhendu Adhikari was said,
Riju Babu.
how people of Nandi
Today
Grandpa-
continue
made
Chappa
Shubhendu
vote
Adhikari ran away.
at the present of the central force. Why?
Shubhendu Adhikari
1 minute. Priyanka, let him complete his point. Priyanka, let him complete his point. Let him complete his point. But I'm objecting to the fact that he's saying that every media channel, etc. I'm sorry, sir. You're showing you the pictures. You may not like the pictures, Riju, but those are the pictures of what really happened.
Okay.
According to you, it may
Why
be
don't you-
minuscule.
I-
18 deaths are not minuscule, Abhishek.
No, and we are not blaming.
I want to
Riju,
ask-
Yeah, Riju,
I want to ask
we're not
Abhishek
blaming.
ji.
we're not blaming.
Yeah, Abhishek.
You have to give
I'm
a defense,
asking
Riju.
Abhishek ji one
Don't
thing.
deflect. First, you are getting in Priyanka Tibrewal. You are provoking her. Then she speaks. You say you are not being allowed to speak. Now Priyanka is not speaking. You speak. Give your defense. You get an opportunity. I'm asking you a
Okay.
question.
Okay,
Law and
thank
order is
you.
a state
Thank
subject.
you.
This
Thank
was
you.
building up for a
Thank
while.
you.
This is not the first day of violence. Of course, it has peaked today. Somebody has to be held accountable. Somebody is to be held responsible. Somebody has to own
Now,
it up. Somebody has to say, okay, fine, we made a mistake.
No, how I do not understand, Abhishek ji. How is Trinamool Congress responsible here? The election commissioner who is solely responsible
I'm not saying you
for
are in power
conducting this
there.
election.
Your
Exactly.
government is there.
You have to answer.
Your party is in power in Bengal. That's why you are being asked first. I will ask
What is
BJP
he
also.
talking? Ulta chor kotwal ko dante. Ulta chor
Now did I
kotwal ko
provoke
dante.
him? Now
He's
did I
saying why he
provoke
should
him?
be questioned.
Now did I provoke?
So Priyanka, I'll come to you. Priyanka, I'll
you are
come to
calling
you.
others
Priyanka, I'll come to
idiots,
you.
But
Muhavras
he
can be
just called someone
misinterpreted.
idiot.
Priyanka, I'll
But
come
he
to
is
you.
proving the idioticness.
Can I finish now? Yes. So my question is,
Priyanka,
Just because he called someone idiot, you don't have to call him, you don't have to use the same word.
Exactly.
Not required. Not required. Please, let's come back. Shishir Bajoria, tempers are high. Tempers are high, sir. Tempers are high, but you don't have to. Please mind your language. Please mind your language. I want to bring in Shishir Bajoria.
So you
And I want to bring in Shishir Bajoria. First 18 minutes, the focus has been on Trinamool Congress. I want to bring in Shishir Bajoria. You listen to Shishir Bajoria and then respond, Riju. You listen to Shishir Bajoria and then respond. I'll give you a turn. 1 minute. Manojit also hasn't spoken. Shishir Bajoria.
Let me answer a few points which Riju raised. One, 0.1%. 0.1% for them, lives are 0.1%. I was on your channel when a TMC, I would call him a goon, he's known as a leader. He said that we have been told by our leaders to be peaceful. Otherwise, 20 to 50 people would have died. They're talking of deaths like 20 to 50 on your channel, sir. Now, I'm talking of central forces. Central forces, there was complete non-cooperation by this election commission. That's a portfolio I look after. I was there just before coming to your channel. I was there. Complete non-cooperation by by State Election Commission and by the local police. Total non-cooperation. And by the way, you have to remember one thing, that today while the vote was going on, there were people walking with guns and sophisticated weapons as if they are toys. People, 2 kids got hurt while they were playing with bombs. Can you imagine the number of bombs, the explosives, the RDX, the weapons which have come? And the state has to get cleaned up of this. Second, today what we have demanded to the Election Commission, as we have just come from there, fresh from there, let me repeat for the viewers of Republic. One, we have demanded that court has ordered 100% CCTV stroke video footage coverage from start to finish of the polls. That means till the ballot boxes reach the strong rooms. You have to go through the CCTV coverage, and all the booths where false voting have been seen. You people have showed, all the channels have shown. Those booths have to go for a repoll. Where polling officers have seen polling, giving chappa, polling officers, they have to go for repoll. Where BJP candidates stroke agents have been forcibly removed before the poll ended, they have to go for poll. This gentleman unfortunately continues to speak. And on the day of counting, because what you have seen today is not the full cinema. The court, the day of counting, No, the counting centers, the entire police station area has to be under section 144.
Yeah, okay. Riju, hold on. Mr. Bajoria, let me just rephrase what you said and take it to Manojit Mandal. Manojit Mandal, we have seen these pictures coming all through the day. The chappa pictures, I'm not saying who did it. I don't know who did it. Congress, BJP, TMC, left, I don't know. We got those chappa pictures since morning. We have got those pictures. Hold on, let me just complete. No, Riju, hold on. It's Manojit's turn. It's Manojit Mandal's turn. Hold on, Riju. And he's speaking on your side. We have seen the pictures of those gun-toting goons. Again, I'm not saying TMC, Congress, BJP, left, I don't know. Those guns were real. We have seen the pictures of those bombs in hands. I'm not saying who did it, but those pictures were there. We have seen pictures of your cops crying, for God's sake. We have seen pictures of the cops' vehicles being torched. I mean, do you realize, Manojit Mandal, that those pictures speak volumes about the state of democracy in Bengal?
Haven't we seen pictures of a cop complaining to Sukanto Majumdar?
The biggest goons in Bengal at the moment are 2 BP leaders by the name of Nitish Pramanik, who was lecturing about peace, and Shubhendu Adhikari. Look at the places where violence have taken place. Murshidabad, Malda, Kuch Bihar, North Bengal. Why? In these pockets, BJP and the opposition are...
They have supplied weapons. Look at the people who
have a bad line with you,
police.
Manojit.
It's the BJP cadre. Look at what is happening in Purulia. Please, I'll call you out in a moment. Please stop, for God's sake. In Purulia, in many of the
did you do that? Did you
Mr. Bajoria, hold on. Let him complete.
Did you
the
extend that
BSF, please stop now. You're the most violent political party.
Bajoria ji,
You represent unfortunately the most violent political party in the
No,
country.
Shishir Bajoria ji, hold on. I'll let him complete. We have a
What is
structured
this?
dialogue. I'll come to that point.
Look at
Manojit.
the level of violence these people believe
Go
in. In Purulia, central
No, it's
forces were intimidating the voters. In Purulia, the central forces were scaring the
Central forces were intimidating.
In many booths. Yes, yeah, absolutely. We have definite
Show footage.
information and
Scaring
and the
voters or
pictures as
removing
well.
booth capturing?
What are you
One second.
talking about?
1 minute.
It is the TMC who is in
Manojit,
the firing
Manojit. Okay, Manojit.
line. And BJP.
No, Manojit. Okay,
they were running with
Manojit, 1
they were
minute.
running
You're
with
making
the
a very serious
ballot
allegation, Manojit.
paper. They were killing
I'm repeating. I'm telling you once again. I'm repeating once again. We saw the pictures. I want to show you the pictures. No, Kabir, I want to bring in Kabir Shankar Bose. I'm getting in Kabir Shankar Bose. Abhishek. I'm getting in Kabir Shankar Bose and Priyanka Tibrewal. 1 minute. I'm getting in Kabir Shankar Bose and Priyanka Tibrewal, and I'll show you the pictures. Manojit, watch the pictures now. Okay? Watch the pictures. There's a problem with your audio, Manojit. Your video is not clear. I'll replace your video. Let's replace Manojit. Let's fix his line. Manojit, your audio is not clear.
Fix the line. Fix the line.
I want to show you the pictures. Let's show the man running away with the polling booth. I want to show the man running away with the ballot box. Let's show the man running away with the ballot box.
That was almost like Hussein Bolt kind of...
running away with the ballot box. Abhishek, I've never seen those pictures. So, can we please pull up those pictures and play them full frame? So that Manojit and everybody else can look at those pictures. Man running with the ballot box. Look at that. He's racing with the ballot box. Shocking pictures, taking the ballot box, running away. And there was a second video, Abhishek, of them throwing the ballot box outside the booth and taking sticks and smashing those ballot boxes. Let's show that also. And then show the pictures of the ballot boxes being burnt in Kuch Bihar. Being burnt in Kuch Bihar. Let's keep changing the pictures of the ballot boxes.
Can I come in here? 1 point.
Yeah, Kabir. Yeah.
1 point.
Abhijit, it's a new kind of chori that we are...
Make your point. Go ahead. Make your point, and then I'm getting in Kabir and Priyanka.
Yes. All the three visuals that you have shown, running away with ballot box, breaking the ballot box and burning the ballot box, has happened in Kuch Bihar, and all these three places, the reporters have questioned, who are you people, why are you doing? They are saying that we are...
No. Running away with the ballot box is a new kind of chori which we are seeing in West Bengal.
That cannot be an answer in a democratic society. What was the
then
police doing?
21, now 23, it's the violence. Unabated and sponsored, supported by the state machinery. The letter which was given by the BSF to the MHA clearly says that the State Election Commission, there was no cooperation at all.
This is a script by Shubhendu.
There was no cooperation at all. I mean, this is death of democracy in Bengal. How many more lies will the...
Okay, let me rephrase this. Riju is structured. Okay, he has made a point. I am rephrasing it for you. Riju, you get it. Okay, Riju. Now, I'll come to you. Riju, the question is, would you be able to defend what has happened today before the Calcutta High Court, which had doubts about your intentions? And it said it in those many words, that and to the legal officer of the Bengal government, that we doubt your intentions. We doubt whether you really want peaceful elections, and that's why we are asking you to give these assurances. You think you would be, if tomorrow the matter goes to the court, you think you would be able to defend those assurances that your government gave to the Calcutta High Court?
Abhishek, my answer to you is I am the spokesperson of Trinamool Congress, not the State Election Commission. So that is between the State Election Commission, who was appointed by the governor, can answer for himself in the High Court.
Who's the puppet?
I will only say this.
Puppet of the government?
I'm getting Priyanka Tibrewal on the left.
Throw the ballots in the pond.
Very tactfully, they have very tactfully used the State Election Commission. They have very tactfully used the commissioner who acted on behalf of the government as a puppet. So that if anything comes, if anything is done, then he is answerable. That is what they have done. But my question is, why did the State Election Commission and the government...
Riju, let me summarize what you're saying, Riju. Abhishek, I'm summarizing what Riju is saying. Okay, Riju heard you. I'm summarizing what you're saying and I'm getting Priyanka to respond. Let's make it a little more structured. summarizing what Riju saying. Riju saying it was BJP that ran away with the ballot boxes. BJP people smashed the ballot boxes. BJP people burnt the ballot boxes. Arey, wait now. Why are you speaking over me? Let me report. You're saying BJP guys threw water inside the ballot boxes also. There is one video where these two women were seen throwing water from a puddle into a ballot box to destroy the ballot paper. BJP did that also, correct? BJP did that also, right?
Yes,
BJP made crude bombs and gave it in the hands of those two kids. No. BJP allowed crude bomb factories in Bengal. BJP killed 18
BJP
people.
is doing everything, then what
I
are
want
they doing
Priyanka
as
to
a government? They should step down.
you respond. Priyanka, please
That is what
respond.
I'm saying. If they think that BJP is capable of doing everything, then TMC should step down. He's saying that where was the CAPF? I am asking where were the police personnel? They were supposed to be in the booth, outside the polling stations. That is what the order of the Honorable High Court said. But where were they? You know what kind of personnel were appointed? 55-year-old ladies with a lathi in hand. They were given election duties. You know, one of the polling officers had a heart attack with the kind of hooliganism which was done by the TMC.
Priyanka,
you know, one of the CAPF personnel was attacked badly. He had to be rushed to the hospital.
Okay, let me go to Bikram Banerjee. Okay, Priyanka, we made a point. Let me go to Bikram Banerjee now. Bikram, the fact is, police was either missing or was absolutely helpless, and that speaks volumes of the kind of chain of command that's there or not there in Bengal. But Bikram, you know, the kind of ballot stuffing, the kind of ballot runaway ballots we have seen. Does it make a case for electronic voting machines in panchayat elections also now?
Definitely, there should be an electronic voting machine, and there should be other forms where how the votes of the people should be taken. Because in Bengal, there is no rule of law. It is ruler's law. The ruler is the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. Their law goes in the state of West Bengal. But there is one big failure on the part of the BSF. 3 days before, the Honorable High Court Calcutta categorically directed the Inspector General of BSF, who is the nodal officer of this panchayat election, to station the polling person, to station the CRPF, Central Police Forces, throughout the state of West Bengal. Even the High Court directed for relaxing the laws which the central government has, which the BSF has intentionally not carried out, or maybe they were unaware they did not carry out the orders of the High Court, by virtue of which such a big violence has taken place. Day before yesterday, the BSF commander has given one explanation that it cannot be done because security of the polling personnel would be at stake. But at that point of time, the BSF should have approached the court to solve these problems. Straight away, they have defied with the High Court orders, where the polling officers approached the Honorable High Court to give the security in all 45,000 polling stations in the state of West Bengal. But there is a failure on the part of the BSF nodal officer. There is an absolute failure on the part of the police
Whose
department.
picture is that, Priyanka? Priyanka showing us
Yes,
whose picture
these
is
are
that,
the
Priyanka?
police personnel.
Priyanka, whose picture
These
is that?
are the police personnel. These are the police personnel who were posted today to fight with the goons of TMC with guns and bombs in hands. I showed you some of the pictures of the police people who were posted to in the booth. See, look at the state, 55-year-old, 60-year-old women.
Polling officers,
with a lathi.
1 minute.
They have been sent.
Can I ask a question? 1 minute. Abhishek, just you're bringing your attention to one video. Priyanka, wait. Two people haven't spoken. Roman Shumin Mitra, Abhishek, you can go to him.
Yeah.
Him and Tapas Banerjee. I just want to bring your attention to one visual. If I'm not wrong, polling officers and the officers on duty are state government officials. Am I correct?
They are. In fact, their deployment was questioned by the High Court itself.
No. Let me ask you a question. Then why was this polling officer crying? Can I pull out the pictures of the polling officer crying, breaking down, as outside her booth, ballot boxes were thrown out along with the ballot papers and burnt? Can we show those pictures full frame, please? I'm just pulling out those pictures. And then you can ask that question, Abhishek. While we look at the pictures, polling officers, Abhishek, breaking down inside the polling booth. Breaking down because they don't know what to do.
Yeah,
the
cops crying,
them.
Polling booth officials crying.
Can we just pull those pictures out, please, and play them while, and then Abhishek can go to...
Okay, let's get Rohan Sumin Mitra, leans towards the Congress, and Tapas Banerjee on the panel, on the screen. And Rohan Somen Mitra, Trinamool says that of those dead, at least 6 are Trinamool cadres. So it's not that it's been one-sided.
They've said 12, Abhishek. They said 12.
Trinamool
Another
says 12.
spokesperson said 12 of 18.
Trinamool says that 12 of their people have died. So, Rohan Somen Mitra, the question is...
It could be fake news, by the way.
17 of...
Yeah, I mean, so how do you defend that? How do you counter that? How do you counter that?
Let me speak, Abhishek. I need to...
Rohan, please.
Don't filibuster.
I've been hearing out people.
Yeah, please go ahead. Rohan, go ahead.
Once, can I speak, please? On a date like today, it's a red letter day, you know. We should show some empathy. And irrespective of whichever party, I want to first give my condolences to all the people who have died. We in this debate, we are shouting over each other without any empathy. We, the Congress party, which is supposedly a zero in Bengal, the left, which is supposedly zero in Bengal, have been accused of murdering the TMC people. Let me answer this first. In Murshidabad, before the polls, as soon as the elections were declared, the Trinamool waited till the last day to announce their candidates. What we saw on the last day, or on the 15th of June, was in Murshidabad, their district president, Shawnee Singh Roy and Apurva Sarkar, getting into a war with their own MLAs because they were not given tickets. The Murshidabad, all the Trinamool people who died were an internal clash between the Trinamool and the Trinamool. In Kuch Bihar, what we saw was Udayan Guho, who was an ex-left front forward bloc leader who was a goon in the left front days, telling in his speeches that nobody should be allowed to vote. No opposition should be allowed to vote. Coming back to Riju, saying that, you know, the election commissioner is the fault. The election commissioner, the recommendation to the governor was the state which recommended him. That's why he was given this post. Today he's saying that, you know, we cannot be held responsible for who's being shot. So what is he saying? Is that Bengal is a jungle? It's a jungle rush? Why are we talking about these things? Every death is the responsibility of the state election commissioner, the police of Bengal.
Riju, you may hate his voice. 1 second. Riju, you may hate his voice. Riju.
No, I don't.
Rohan. He doesn't like to hear you, Rohan.
It's a monologue.
No, 1 minute.
Is it a monologue?
No, 1 minute. How? 60 seconds is not a monologue. He didn't even speak for 60 seconds. He spoke for less than 40 seconds. Riju, don't be so intolerant. Wait, na, Riju, don't be so intolerant. One more thing. Sir, Tapas ji, 1 minute. Tapas of ISF. Tapas ji, 1 minute. 1 minute. My question was to Riju. I will give Riju 40 seconds because exactly 40 seconds after Rohan spoke, he interrupted him. I'm giving you 40 seconds to respond and I'm going to the ISF. My question to you, Riju. For you, everything is minuscule, everything was peaceful. Hear me out. Hear me out. No, hear me out, please. Hear me out, Riju. Riju, I'll let you speak. Even if it's one death, Riju. Even if it's one ballot box, Riju. Even if it's one ballot paper that is stolen, Riju. It is still murder of democracy, Riju. How are you rationalizing 18 deaths in 1 day, 36 deaths in 1 month? And we don't have a number on 200 or 250 booths out of 61,000. That is your number.
No, but
even
I
then,
don't understand.
How are you justifying what's happening as largely peaceful?
See, it is largely peaceful, but I don't understand how do you come to the conclusion that I was rationalizing the violence that has happened today. We condemn it. But Rohan needs to...
Because you said 0.1%. Did I say 0.1%? You said 0.1%.
But those are statistics. Statistics don't lie. Those are the stats.
भैया 200
statistics. 12 of your...
No. If you're not rationalizing, you are playing it down, Riju. You're playing it down. But let's not monopolize this.
Okay.
Let's not monopolize.
Okay, 40 seconds. I promise you 40 seconds.
Let's not monopolize this.
Yeah, 40 seconds.
Okay, you go ahead. Okay.
ले लो 40 seconds. Riju, come on, 40 seconds.
This simple question. Rohan is sitting here on national TV and said that Rajiv Sinha's name was sponsored by or mentioned by the state. He should do his homework. There were 3 names that were sent to the governor. The governor chose and appointed Rajiv Sinha. So the state government has nothing to do with it. Point number 1. Point number 2, Mr. Rohan Shomen Mitro should first answer who does he support, Mr. Adhik Chaudhary in Bengal or Mr. Rahul Gandhi in national politics. Is he Rahul Gandhi Congress or is he Adhik Chaudhary Congress? Then I can answer him further. I have taken only 20 seconds.
But you're allying with Rahul Gandhi Congress, aren't you? You're allying with Rahul Gandhi Congress, but fighting Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary Congress in state. Wow.
No.
Wow. No, wait. I want to tell him.
The Rahul Gandhi Congress and the Adhir Chaudhary Congress is the same Congress.
Rohan, would you take that bait?
The Rahul Gandhi Congress has empathy. No. Let me answer this. Please let me answer this. The Rahul Gandhi Congress has the empathy towards each and every person who has died, irrespective of their party. We are not here to say that, if somebody died from the Trinamool, we will not say that that's a wrong thing.
Your tone has changed, Rohan. The moment you said Rahul Gandhi Congress, your tone has changed.
We are showing empathy towards everyone.
Ideology. Here the Congress workers are being killed and they are having tea biscuits in Delhi.
Wow.
So you can clearly understand
Shishir Bajoria also
that what Congress and TMC is doing here on the ground.
Priyanka, hold on. I want to get in Shishir Bajoria. He has not spoken for a while. I want to get Shishir Bajoria. He has not spoken for a while. Shishir Bajoria, we heard twice your leader Suvendu Adhikari saying that we should get NIA, we should get CBI, we should think in terms of Article 355, 356. Given the fact,
I will answer that question.
Riju, no filibuster. Mr. Bajoria,
I will answer that question because I was with him when this happened.
How serious are those demands?
Yeah.
Very serious. The number of bombs which have gone off in West Bengal, the number of bombs which we have seen on TV screens, the number of bombs, where did all that explosives come? And by the way, even when the bombs go off, Calcutta, West Bengal police and Calcutta police do not register a single case under explosives, not a single one. So without NIA, you do not know if there are any anti-national forces here, because unfortunately our party in power only believes in imported mal. Voter bhi unka imported hota hai. About CBI. Can I speak, gentlemen? I will shout. I will outshout you. I will outshout you, Manoji. Okay, let me outshout you. So as far as CBI is concerned, today people were invited to come and carry out their constitutional right to vote, and they were killed. CBI has to probe that. How come the Election Commission invited them to come to vote and they were killed? And what they are saying that how many Trinamool people were killed? Let me tell you, even one death is too many. Why didn't anyone take action for any deaths, even Trinamool deaths? Manojit Babu, you can go on blabbering. But now, one point I must tell you, Abhishek and Niranjan, your subject was murder of democracy. Just listen to this. Murder of democracy was your subject, right? This term is used figuratively.
Manojit, I'm coming to you next. Manojit, I'm coming to you next. Don't speak over him, Manojit. I'm coming to you next. I'm coming to you next.
Today was murder of democracy, literally, not figuratively. And courtesy.
Okay, that's a good point.
Trinamool Congress, West Bengal government.
Okay. Shishir Bajoria. Thank you. No, Riju, I will ask the question. Hold on. Riju, don't monopolize. I'll ask. I have a question for Monojit. I have a question for Monojit Mandal. I want, in fact, Barrister Kabir Shankar Bose and Monojit Da to take this question one by one. First, Barrister Bose. You see, recently Barack Obama made some comment about India's democracy because we are discussing murder of democracy.
He's coming.
I am coming to you also. I have this question both for Barrister Bose and Monojit Mandal. First to Barrister Bose and then to Monojit Da. You answer one by one. Barack Obama recently made this comment on Indian democracy, or that democracy was getting compromised in some manner in India. Now, there were some cheerleaders of Barack Obama at that time in India. Do those cheerleaders believe that what has happened in Bengal has compromised our democracy, or as it is seen outside with these pictures beaming out, has India's democracy been compromised today? Barrister Bose first and Monojit Mandal later.
India follows a federal structure, Vijit. India follows a federal structure. West Bengal government is solely responsible for their law and order. What's happening in West Bengal, it cannot be said that that is happening in India, or democracy in India is being compromised for what's happening in West Bengal. What is happening in West Bengal, it's unique.
This liar.
It's unique. I mean, repeatedly, the highest court of the land, the Supreme Court, and the highest court of the state, the High Court, they are losing faith on the state government. The Supreme Court is upholding deployment of central forces. Not only that, the High Court has gone to the extent of saying forces will stay back.
Yeah, but why were the central forces? Why were the central forces missing in many areas?
There's no post-poll violence. How do you explain that?
No, but Kabir, but how do you explain? Kabir, 1 minute. Okay, Manojit and Riju, 1 minute. How do you explain? Okay, you want it and Kabir, 1 minute. Riju, wait. I'm coming to Manojit.
Why is this BJP barrister?
I'm coming to you 1 minute. I'm coming to you 1 minute. No, I'm coming to you 1 minute. He made a point. I have an observation. I'm handing it over to you. You can hear me clearer if you let me speak for exactly 10 seconds and you can take it over.
Manojit and Riju will not let you speak. It is their habit to intervene.
Manojit, 1 minute. Manojit, I was asking him the question and you can respond. Observation was that they wanted central forces. Okay, Manojit, the question was they wanted central forces.
I'll tell you one thing.
And they did not deploy. Why?
And there was no deployment in many places. So even the BJP which was asking for central forces today has been ineffective, right? It's a fact. You can't completely blame the Trinamool Congress.
Can I respond? What Bharat was
yeah, question was to you.
Abhijit, the letter which was written by the BSF, today there has been a contempt notice also issued to the BSF. I mean, Mr. Subhendu Adhikari, who is fighting the case, he's fighting for the lives of the voters, of the electorate. So there can be peaceful exercise of franchise.
Where are the central forces?
The central forces,
is the same leader
State Election Commission does not cooperate with them.
Let Manojit speak. Let Manojit speak. Kabir, let Manojit come in. You respond after that. I'm getting in Manojit and Priyanka after that. Manojit first.
Manojit, you get the time now to speak on that Barack Obama question also. Is there a murder of democracy element?
I'll tell you why murder of democracy is happening. It's happening in Manipur. It's happening in Maharashtra. When you buy a political party,
let's talk about Bengal.
This is democracy. This is the most violent political party in the country.
Mr. Manojit Mandal, do not show me your finger. Take your finger
Look at this man.
Take your finger back, Manojit Mandal.
Violent political party in this country.
Take your finger back.
Look at his
That's all you can do. You've been blabbering and blabbering.
These are criminals. Nitish Pramanik is the biggest goon in this country.
No, 1 minute. I am getting in on. 1 minute. I'm getting in on. Just getting in all the panelists.
They create violence both inside the studio and outside the studio. And can I even speak? Shame on you.
Have decency. Do not point fingers.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Mr. Mandal, do not point fingers.
Mr. Bajoria, hold on. Just give 40 seconds to Manojit Mandal also. Mr. Bajoria, hold on. Manojit, go ahead.
Look at his insanity.
Please ask him to withdraw his finger.
Priyanka, hold on. Let him complete. I'll come to you, Priyanka.
I think it's done.
There his finger goes up.
Okay. Manojit Mandal, without finger wagging, make your point. Without finger wagging, make your point.
I tell you, what America and the American press are talking about is Manipur. Look at what you have done to one part of the country.
Oh my God.
And not a single statement of the Prime Minister.
Americans.
Wow.
You failed to govern this country.
What is America talking, Mr. Mondal? Let us know. What is America talking? You are sitting in Bengal. You know nothing about Bengal. You are talking about Manipur. You are talking about Uttar Pradesh. Tell me, how many people were killed in Uttar Pradesh? You are sitting in Bengal. Talk about Bengal. Talk about Bengal. Because 35 people have been killed in Bengal. 35 people have been killed in Bengal. Not in Uttar Pradesh, not in America.
This person is a habitual liar on TV. Please do not call
Look at this man. Look at this man. What is this? What is this? What is this? You need some treatment. You need some treatment. You need some treatment.
Stop this
Look
violence.
at his insanity.
Manojit,
He totally lost it.
Manojit, I want to ask you. Manojit.
Stop this violence.
No, I think it's really sad, Manojit. You know what? You have every right, Manojit. You have every right. No, Manojit, you have every right to talk about Manipur. You have every right. 1 minute, Manojit. Manojit, 1 minute, Manojit. You have every right. You have every right. You have every right as a political activist / spokesperson. Sir, you hear me? Sir, you hear me?
The country, and that's why.
I got your point. You're repeating your point now. You've said this 100 times that they're the most violent. 1 minute. You've said it 100 times. Just pull back. Manojit, I got your point.
Fake barrister आ गया. My point.
Manojit, I got your point.
You are delivering.
He has completely lost it. Mr. Riju Datta.
Manojit, 1 minute. I think you have to pull back a little bit. Manojit, that doesn't work because we have, the debate can't continue like this. Debate can't continue. Let's get somebody else there. 1 minute. Let's get somebody else on that side.
And you are the BJP.
I'm just surprised.
We do politics on dead bodies. They are habitual killers.
No, Manojit, 1 minute, please pull back. I have a bad audio. See, I have a bad video line with you. I have a bad audio line with you, and you're just not stopping. Please let others speak. Please let others speak.
They have used the State Election Commission as their puppet.
Manojit, just pull back for a second. Just pull back because your audio is bad. I just fixed it. Audio is genuinely bad.
You and your political party are nasty.
See, they knew that questions
So
will be
you made your point. You've called them nasty. You've said they're the worst political party. Got your point, but can we just pull you back? Can we just get 4? 1 minute. Can we get 4? Priyanka. I think we're wasting time in this. Priyanka, we're wasting time. Can we get 4 parties? 4 parties. Can we get the BJP? 1 minute, sir. Can we get Shishir Bajoria? Can we get Rohan? Can we get the ISF? Tapas, and can I get Riju, please? Just the 4 parties, please. Can we just get the 4 parties?
You are having.
No, I want to get the 4 parties on air. 1 minute.
On TV.
No.
You are trained to howl at others.
Manojit Da, don't monopolize, please.
Manojit Da, you're just abusing it.
See, whatever happens.
So that's unfair.
That's not fair. Not fair.
Okay, it's not about BJP. Let's get ISF. Manojit Da, they are secular.
State machinery has to take charges.
Riju bhaiya.
Okay, Manojit Da, ISF is secular. Let's give them opportunity.
There has been a
Manojit Da, it's not BJP, it's ISF. They have secular in their name. Let's give them an opportunity to be heard. ISF, Tapas Banerjee. The BJP says.
Oh my God, he's completely lost it.
Oh, come on.
Manojit Da, please, for God's sake, Manojit Da, please. Manojit Da, I'm sorry. This is not the way to speak, sir. I'm sorry. This is not the way to speak. This is not the way to speak.
Manojit Da,
sir, please pull back. Enough.
Anti-democratic. You have not allowed Tapas Banerjee to speak even once. That's unfair.
Who is that? Who is the RSS Durga?
Tapas Banerjee, straight question, straight answer. Tapas Banerjee, BJP says this is a case for NIA investigation. This is a case for Article 355/356. Would you support that demand if the center moves in that direction?
Our party is constitutional right. जो constitutional right था वो भी इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए बोला ये थे से 355 और NIA ये बात अलग चीज है जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल राइट मेंटेन करने के लिए जो करना पड़ेगा वही करना पड़ेगा स्टेट बात है जे अनलॉफुल एक्टिविटीज टुडे में हुआ
That's not a straight answer. Rohan Somin Mitra, would the Congress support in case the central government moves on 355, 356?
Can I make a comment? I have some inside info.
How are you blaming? I don't understand. How are you blaming Amit Shah now? I don't understand. No, how are you blaming? I don't know how you're invoking the Home Ministry right now.
I'm giving you inside info. Please hear me out. Shukanto Majumdar, the state president of the BJP, called Mr. Amit Shah, told him about the situation of Bengal, and Shubhendu Adhikari called him and asked him to invoke 355, 356. You know what Mr. Shah said? Mr. Shah said 355 and 356 is beyond question. Use this for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. and ask Shishir Bajoria to say no to this on national TV.
Shishir Bajoria, you were
Answer
that
is
phone
no.
call was made.
Answer
Respond.
is no.
My God, there's
This
so
is
much
figment of your
there's so
imagination.
much inside
This is
information
figment of
between
your
the TMC
imagination.
and the BJP at this stage.
This is figment of your imagination.
There is too much information.
That's good imagination.
Niranjan, I want to categorically say that the Congress does not support the call for pestilence rule in Bengal.
Its answer is no, my dear sir, no.
What did Amit Shah say during your Khola Hawa dinner? What did Mr. Amit Shah said to Shubhendu Adhikari?
Sir, please don't, I don't, let's stop spinning. No, 1 minute.
Khola Hawa dinner.
Riju, that's not the subject of, Riju, 1 minute. Riju, we don't have to think of conspiracy theories and different conspiracy theories and speculate here. Let me ask you a simple question, sir. Shishiji, 1 minute. No, let me ask a journalistic question, sir. 1 minute. There is a demand. Let me get all the panelists on air. Okay? Abhishek, I'm asking a simple question because we have 2 minutes on the debate. 1 minute, we have 2 minutes on the debate. Simple question. I want to show all the panelists on air and I'm going to ask a question. We have 8 panelists on air, 4 political parties represented here on the debate. There is a demand for repolling in Bengal. The State Election Commission says they're going to speak to the electoral officers, their officers on the ground, and they're considering it. May not happen, but there is a demand. How many of you want repolling in Bengal? Can I see your hands, please? We have 4 political parties and 4 analysts.
I would say repolling in Bengal is required. Repolling is required.
Our party
repolling is required.
Repolling. We don't know how to have it. Repolling is required.
I don't see Riju's hand.
Repolling is required.
Riju, why don't you want repolling, Riju? Riju, why don't you want repolling?
I'll be very blunt. In all the booths, irrespective of BJP, TMC or Congress,
Niranjan, there has to be repolling in the places where the ballots have been thrown away.
There should be repolling.
All right. The answer to the question that Niranjan asked is coming along political lines, party lines, but unfortunately,
Congress wants a
Panchayat elections. Panchayats are our base of the pyramid of democracy. If you nurture the panchayats, if you strengthen them, your democracy at the top is better. All these political parties involved in whatever has happened today in Bengal, the Trinamool, the Congress, the ISF, the BJP, the left, have to realize that if you took a little different position or had taken a different position and looked at the elections in panchayat bodies of Bengal as something which nurtures India's democracy, the results perhaps would have been different and those precious lives would not have been lost. On that note, thank you so much for all our guests, Niranjan, and hope the processes of democracy heal the wounds that have happened today.
Thank you very much. We're leaving you with some of the pictures that we've been reporting via the Republic Bangla team with over 100 reporters who are on the ground, getting every breaking news update fearlessly from the ground. Leaving you with those pictures. Ballot boxes stolen and destroyed, people being killed, crude bombs being hurled, all of that captured on camera. Thanks for watching.
A new era of truly international premium schooling is coming to India. Harrow School in the UK, over 450 years, has educated numerous Prime Ministers, Nobel laureates, royal families, and prominent figures in arts, sciences, and business. Harrow International School is now opening as the most premium co-ed day and boarding school of India in Bengaluru. For admissions to grade 6 onwards, visit harrowbengaluru.in.
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं। खेला है। पवार साहब हमारे साथ थोड़ी चुनकर आए थे। उन्होंने हमारा उपयोग किया, स्ट्रेटेजी की और एक प्रकार से हम लोगों को मिसलीड करके वो निकल गए। डबल प्लेइंग जिसको कह सकते हैं।
ही गोष्ट खाइए चर्चा त्यांनी अनेक गोष्टींची चर्चा केली ही गोष्ट खरी आहे पण त्यांनी स्वतःच सांगितलंय का की या संबंधीचं धोरण मी बदललं 2 दिवसांचे 2 दिवसांनी मी धोरण बदललं
2019 सालं मी देवेंद्र फडणवीस सगळी चर्चा झाली 5 बैठका झाल्या आणि मला देवेंद्रला सांगितलं कुठं बोलायचं नाही आता मला सांगा नेत्यांनी सांगितल्यावर मी कसा कुठं बोलेन
आप कह रहे शरद पवार डबल गेम खेलते हैं। खेला है।
आपके साथ डबल गेम खेला, बीजेपी के साथ शरद पवार ने डबल गेम
खेला। उस समय उन्होंने वैसा किया जो मैंने कहा। आप इसको किस फ्रेमवर्क में डिफाइन करना चाहते हैं मैं आप पर छोड़ता हूं, लेकिन मैं इतना कहता हूं कि अजित पवार और मैं अचानक उठकर सुबह शपथ लेने के लिए नहीं गए। ये तय हुआ था कि हम साथ में मिलकर करेंगे, हम दोनों को जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, उस हिसाब से हमने सारी चीजें की थी। एट वन फाइन मोमेंट पवार साहब उसमें से हट गए और फिर अजित पवार वॉज लेफ्ट विथ नो अल्टरनेटिव देन टू कम विथ मी, क्योंकि हम लोग तैयारी पूरी कर ली थी। वो तो एक्सपोज हो जाते, वो तो खत्म हो जाते। तो इसलिए अजित पवार ने और हमने शपथ ली और फिर कोर्ट में जो हुआ वो भी आप लोगों ने देखा। लेकिन उस समय सरकार बनाने का जो प्रयास हमने किया था उसकी शुरुआत पवार साहब से बातचीत करके ही हुई थी।
An election to gauge 2024 mood. Panchayat polls with national impact.
If democracy is dead during this Panchayat elections, who is the killer? Will the State Election Commissioner SCC please raise his hand? You are the custodian of the lives of people during election. I saw the tears of our very dear mothers, helplessness, despondency. This political holy with the human blood should end.
Who has the edge in West Bengal? Fight for Bengal.
भाषण में कुछ नहीं होगा। ऑनरेबल गवर्नर पहले राजीव सिन्हा को अपॉइंटमेंट करके बहुत बढ़िया गलती किया, एक नंबर। दूसरा नंबर, उसका बाद ही इज ट्राइंग हिज बेस्ट टू सेव लाइफ एंड रिस्टोर पीस इन वेस्ट बंगाल। फाइनली उनका इतना भाषण, अपील सब का बाद भी जो हादसा आज हो गया है, नाउ इट इज 3 PM, already more than 15 people died, brutally killed by the goons.
A new era of truly international premium schooling is coming to India. Harrow School in the UK, over 450 years, has educated numerous prime ministers, Nobel laureates, royal families, and prominent figures in arts, sciences, and business. Harrow International School is now opening as the most premium co-ed day and boarding school of India in Bengaluru. For admissions to grade 6 onwards, visit harrowbengaluru.in.
An election to gauge 2024 mood. Panchayat polls with national impact.
If democracy is dead during this Panchayat elections, who is the killer? Will the State Election Commissioner SCC please raise his hand? You are the custodian of the lives of people during election. I saw the tears of our very dear mothers, helplessness, despondency. This political holy with the human blood should end.
Who has the edge in West Bengal? Fight for Bengal.
You are a political strategist. You want to have a big alliance. सिर्फ आपको अभी रोल पता नहीं, क्योंकि एकनाथ शिंदे को है आपके साथ, शिवसेना है, अभी अजीत पवार को कहाँ पे लाएंगे, कब लाएंगे, मगर आपने एक ऑप्शन रखा हुआ है इन द फ्यूचर। नहीं तो आप अभी तक, मैंने आपको अगर 7 सवाल पूछे, आप अभी तक बोल देते कभी नहीं होगा, मगर आपने नहीं कहा। यू लेफ्ट द ऑप्शन ओपन।
क्यों नहीं बोला मैंने इसलिए नहीं बोला कि एक जमाना ये था कि जब मैं ये कहता था हम जिंदगी में एनसीपी के साथ नहीं जाएंगे, लेकिन 2019 में मुझे उनके साथ जाना पड़ा। पॉलिटिक्स में चीज़ें रूल आउट नहीं की जाती, लेकिन पॉलिटिक्स में चीज़ें परिस्थिति से तय होती हैं।
and a very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching Republic TV with me, Rakshita Mishra. Let's get you all the updates from West Bengal. But first, a look at all the top stories making headlines. Complete mayhem in West Bengal. At least 18 killed in only the last 24 hours. Arson, violence and clashes. Law and order completely goes for a toss in West Bengal. Looted, set ablaze and taken away. Ballots destroyed as process of democracy is mocked. Big charge by BSF on State Election Commission says no information on sensitive areas was shared. 18 lives lost, but panchayat polls were peaceful according to the Trinamool Congress.
ये कानून व्यवस्था का चरमराना भी है और लोकतंत्र की हत्या भी है।